So this is a tutorial on how to set up a scheduled block in the Tgif co-branded equipping program. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to look at real quick in our email campaigns area, and under construction we'll see this is just a test login, and we have a TJF version set up here. And we'll see under the Create area and under Modify HTML version, there are a bunch of different little utility tags with blocks. And this is where your scheduled content is going to go. You might have a template that has a column on the left-hand side, probably have a little bit less information than we have in our template, but this is how you would set up and create and schedule a scheduled block. Okay, so from here what we're going to do is we're going to go to add-ons and scheduled blocks. And we really don't have a lot set up in here since this is a test account. But what I'm going to do is we have test block set up here. And I'm just going to click on Edit HTML. This is where we would create this block. And it already says place your text here. So we're just going to use this as a test. You know, you might put something in here like join us for our potluck dinner this Sunday, or we have a staff event coming up in November, or something of that nature. And then you can put a hyperlink in here. Some of the blocks will be a little different in nature. We're going to pretend this one is going to be right above the content of the devotional. So you probably just want to put a line or two of text, nothing too big, just to let people know about whatever you have going on. And you could put a hyperlink in here if you would like to. So I'm just going to do a test and just put Google in here as an example. And when you put in a hyperlink, you want to make sure that your target window is new window blank, so that when the link is clicked, it won't just open it up in the email, it will open it up in a browser. So we're just going to put that link in there and save it. And that will save that test block 1. Now, we might remember that I think block 02 was the top, so I'm just going to go back real quick and check that just to make sure which block we're going to work with, because we want this message to show up at the top of the devotional. So yes, we can see here this says block 02. So that's where we want that text message to be. So I'm going to go back to add-ons and schedule blocks. And we're going to schedule block 02 here at the top. And how we do that is we click this to open it. And then we can see the only option that we have available is test block 1. So we're going to choose the start date of today and then maybe an end date of Sunday. This is a test account, so we really don't send this out to anybody. So we can see here that the message is going to be scheduled, and you can decide when you want the message to end. Maybe the event is that day and you want to end, make sure it's not going out after the event has already occurred. So from here, the block has been scheduled. So we would go back to products and email campaigns, and we would want to send ourselves a test of this email just to make sure it looks the way we want it to. You can also just preview it by clicking here. It's going to open a dialog window, and then we can see that yes, the text is up here and it looks pretty much the way we wanted it to look. And we can click on the link to make sure the link works, and the link is working good. We can see that we're going to Google, and that's where we wanted it to go. Okay, now for a block that's going to show up on the right hand side, such as this block 01 and block 05, we might say, oh, let's put a graphic in here of some kind. So maybe there's something else that is going to run for a longer period of time. Maybe, normally we have lots of buttons like resource buttons on our template, things like that, but you still want it to be time sensitive. So we're going to go back into schedule blocks and just add another block. So this is how you add one. And we're just going to call this test block 2 for the side. Okay, so from here we're going to click Edit HTML. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some text in here. And I'm just going to change the font and maybe make it purple, and then make it bold, and then maybe center it. Okay, so you could also put a graphic in here, just as long as it's no more than 180 pixels wide. That should be about right for most templates. And you might just want to test it to make sure it doesn't distort the template. The only thing about using graphics is that if they are too large, they're going to push out the template. It's going to look distorted. So you just want to make sure that it's under at least 180 pixels wide so that it doesn't press out the template and make it distorted. Okay, so we're going to save that. And then I'm also going to schedule this one up here. So that was block 01 that we had on the side column. And we're going to do the side here. Okay, so I'm just going to run this for 2 days just to see as an example. You can run this for months if you want to. You just have to select the time period. So we're going to go back to email campaigns and open up our Tgif continuous campaign. Okay, and if we click preview, then we should be able to see, oh there it is, it's behind. Okay, so here it is right here, and we can see the side test is showing up where we wanted it to on the right hand side, and both of our blocks are here. So that is basically how you would set up a schedule block. And if you have any questions, feel free to email us at cobrand@marketplaceleaders.org.